All right, folks, welcome to another Read30 first inaugural cohort session. Um, Pretty excited to see a lot of posts on Discord, and I think we were discussing as a team on how it's going. Cool. Uh, hey Wahab, hey Pranjal, hey Sahiti, how's everything? Pranjal, I see you joining us. You're on the go.
Yeah, I'm traveling right now. I thought I'll join from the car only.
Where are you going to?
I'm going to Amritsar.
Interesting. Interesting. Is that your
Yeah.
hometown?
No, my hometown is Jalandhar, but my maternal relatives are in Amritsar. So I'm going there. I'll be back by the evening.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Saidi, what's up?
Hello everyone. Hi Swapnil.
Hey.
Hi, how is your week, everyone?
I think it's just like festive season all around. So yeah, it's not getting any work done. It's just like I thought I'll do a lot of stuff, but yeah, uh, I'm just doing cleaning. That's all. And still a lot of, yeah, I can see a bunch of things pending, but yeah, nahi hoga wo, I'm pretty sure.
Cool. The same here. We've been like cleaning a lot. It is Dhanteras today here for us. So yeah, it's the same for everyone. This is I'm in Andhra Pradesh, so the dates are like little bit confusing here. Someone says it's like tomorrow, someone says it's today. So
Yeah, I think there's some what do you say, solar eclipse thing sort of
yeah,
messed up.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Raj,
Cool.
what's up?
Hey, Swapnil. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
I think Dhanteras in Mumbai, it was yesterday.
For us, it's today.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
same for us. Like Punjab also celebrated it yesterday only.
I think the puja is tomorrow, is it? On Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Wahab, how are things with you?
It's been a busy day already.
Busy day? This is Sunday, man.
So there's guests in the house, so took them
Uh,
around in the early morning and then fixed the bug that we encountered.
all right, cool. So we can start this. So I think we have like a couple of things. So maybe on the starting uh we'll repeat the same one. Okay. Yoshi is here.
Yeah, sorry. Yoshi. 1 second, sorry. There
Uh,
are guests in my house too, and he hates people. So he's like, what are you doing here? Come save me.
Can you like remove the blur?
Okay, yeah, sure. Hey, Yoshi.
Hello. Okay.
He's like, come on.
What is this meeting that you keep going to?
Yeah. Every day this time, there will be no one in the home. So my mom and dad goes to their offices, and no one will be there. But today there are guests as well. He's like pretty freaked out. I gave him a bath as well. He absolutely hates it. So it's like bad time.
All right.
So,
Cool.
1 second, I'll be back.
Sure. So we'll start with the same format as we did in one of our previous sessions, which is let's talk about how a reading is going from the last couple of weeks. And if you have like a favorite line or a excerpt from whatever you read in the last couple of weeks, you can read that out. And then we have a bunch of surprises for you. All right, cool. Um, who wants to go first? Raj, do you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. So about my experience, okay. So I haven't been consistent, but let's say it's been like 22 days. So out of 22 days, I've been reading for approximately 10 to 12 days. But the good thing is, okay, reading is constantly in my mind. Okay, even if I'm missing out on some days, so I'm thinking, अरे यार आज छूट गया यार, आज रहेगा. So that is one good thing which I'm observing. And whenever I'm coming back to reading, it is very exciting. कि चलो आज अभी 30 मिनट बैठ के हम शांति से पढ़ेंगे. So this is something which I've observed, which is different. Like previously also, which I used to like try reading, but I never used to get this excitement. So maybe because of this peer group and because of this read thing, I have this excitement now. So that is a good thing. And I also finished one book by Tanya Pratap, The Productive Professional. So मैंने half already read किया था, and it is anyways a small book. So yeah, I finished that and have started a new book now. So yeah, going good.
Which was the new book?
New book is actually a story between India and Pakistan ka war of prisoners. So basically what happens is whenever the war ends, there are soldiers from India or let's say from Pakistan which are stuck in India or Pakistan. Like Pakistan के soldiers यहाँ पे अटक जाते हैं और India के soldiers पाकिस्तान में अटक जाते हैं. But what has been happening is कि around like 70 soldiers, like जब war खत्म हुआ, they never came back from Pakistan to India. And according to the third Geneva Convention, what should happen is कि अगर तुम्हारा war खत्म हो गया है, then you are supposed to return the soldiers back to their country. And what has happened is कि काफी बार ऐसा soldiers have not returned. So like media has research किया उन्होंने, they talk to the prisoners in Pakistan के इंडिया का कोई सोल्जर है कि नहीं पाकिस्तान के जेल में. So it is a book based upon that. Basically, the media people have wrote this book. They have gathered all the information and wrote this book. So it has been on my reading list for quite some time, like एक साल से. So it is good to pick it up. There is actually a movie upon it as well. I'll send you the movie name on Discord. Very nice movie. Like very few people might have watched it. It's on YouTube. The entire movie is on YouTube, and I'll definitely send it on Discord. Like there's a time milega, someone can check it out. Very nice movie.
All right, interesting. How did you find that book?
From the movie.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty interesting. And any like reflections from the books that you've read? You said you read The Productive
Hmm.
Professional and you started this book. Any like one thing that stood out?
I mean, yeah, there quite few points which I would like to inculcate in my daily habits. I was just pulling up the notion. Just 1 second. Okay. So I mean, I have a couple of points here and there, but I mean, yeah, I'll share two of them. So this one was regarding like whenever we set a goal, we often get distracted with things which are irrelevant. Now we get into the details of them. So they might be related yet unimportant. And what happens is कि वो detail में जब हम घुस जाते हैं, then we get slightly distracted from that original goal. So that is one of the point. And okay, one classic example would be कि yesterday I was like applying for jobs, right? And I was like, चलो background में एक music लगा लेते हैं. So वो music में I spent like 10 to 15 minutes that I got distracted from my goal कि job apply करना है. So small example, very small example, but I think it is very true that we get into details of stuff and they might be related, but we इतना अंदर घुस जाते हैं कि we forget the original goals.
Quick follow-up question. Did that music, whatever you're playing, did that have lyrics?
Actually, what I do is I often listen to music, which I'm already familiar with. So I don't get distracted by the music, whether it is lyrical or non-lyrical. But it had lyrics there.
Interesting.
So you suggest a music without lyrics, Swapnil, while working?
Yeah, I think helps me, especially either getting into either a reading state or a writing state. So right now I'm using it while writing. I'm making a writing playlist, and I'm just trying to sort of associate those triggers with ki whenever I listen these songs, I'll get into that writing mode. So I'm just trying to create, like, wire those habits. Same. I think I just have 2, 3 songs as of now. I'm just trying to, like, make a habit out of it. If this, then that. I listen to this song, I get into the writing mode. So I'm trying that. Yeah, most of them are like non-lyrical. Lyrics में वही है कि you, like, I get, like, I start hearing the lyrics and then interpreting them and all that. So yeah, that again distracts you from what you were actually you meant to do.
Got it.
Cool. Let's move to Pranjal. Pranjal, how is your reading going? How's everything?
It's going great. बीच में थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो जाता है. I fell sick last week, तो तब मैंने नहीं पढ़ा. But उसके बाद I like regained it. And अभी I'm getting into that zone कि कभी रात को ऐसा होता है सोने टाइम, अगर नहीं दिन में पढ़ा होता तो एकदम दिमाग में आ जाता है कि रह गया है, कुछ मिसिंग है, तो फिर याद आ जाता है कि हाँ वो पढ़ना है and then डालना है. So I'm quite happy with my performance. Although it's not like 100%, yeah, मतलब अच्छा परसेंटेज इतनी नहीं है, but जितना भी है I'm like happy with it. I'm getting into that zone कि हाँ पढ़ना है. It's a good thing coming to me.
Awesome. Which books you're reading right now?
I have read Little Prince, like that got completed in the first 6 days. Uske baad I started with the 40 Tales from the Afterlives. You recommended that, no? Though I started with that because उस time पे I didn't have a. I was looking for Tuesdays with Maury, but वो book पता नहीं मैंने कहाँ रख दिया है, so I didn't find it. So I first started with the PDF only. I'm reading that PDF अभी आजकल. I'm like that is also quite interesting. छोटी छोटी stories है and कुछ ना हर एक stories में कुछ ना कुछ एक peculiar सी चीज निकल आती है. I'm finding it very nice.
Tuesdays Mori or some?
No, some.
Some, got it. Yeah, some is pretty, like, it's a snack-sized book. You can
Yeah.
pick it up anytime. Yeah, cool.
Right.
Tuesdays with Mori, like, how do you find how did you pick
I'm
that? I haven't picked that up yet. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I'm curious to know, like, did someone recommend it?
like somebody in my college group recommended that, so I didn't like had the time कि उसको start कर पाऊँ. वो बस पड़ी है मेरे shelf पे, but अभी I like after Little Prince I thought कि I'll pick that up, but I couldn't find it. So might be अब some जब खत्म होगा I'll find that book and pick it up.
All right.
Yeah, recommendations only. Or someone from the college group recommended it.
Got it. Interesting. Cool. Saiti, how are things with you?
Yeah, they're going on great. As Pranja said, it's not like huge chunk I'm reading, but the book I'm reading is like very intense. It's like getting things done. So each page has like a lot of insights to be like thought of, and relate the things happening in our life with that. Where am I going wrong, or like what am I doing? Is there anything at all that I can correlate with what I should be doing actually? So these exercises are there. That's the reason it's like maybe 2 to 3 pages a day, but I'm still happy with it because as I'm telling, there is a like lot of insights in each page, and I'm fine with going like taking small steps ahead, not very far away. So that's one thing. And yeah, the other book, as you suggested, I started this the Phantom Toll Booth. So it's going on great as well. The first line itself is like where it just got sold me out. It's like I want to do everything. I mean, I don't know to do since there are like a lot of stuff I don't know what to do kind of stuff. That is the mindset the kid has. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm in that state right now. I have a lot of things to do, but I don't know what to pick to do. So the priorities and everything, and he thinks it's a lot actually in the starting itself, to give the context. So yeah, I'm enjoying that book as well. Those are the two books I'm reading right now.
It's super, I don't know, it's super awesome. At the same time, it's super weird that a children's book can affect us so much if
Yeah.
picked up at the right time. Uh, yeah, from
So
if you just see the words and everything, it's pretty much a children's book, right? It's
yeah, I can copy paste the para. Actually, yesterday, day before yesterday, I read it and I posted in the dailies. And I just couldn't pick one paragraph. I I kept like 2 to 3 paragraphs, I guess, here. Yeah, let me just copy this. It's you can see it. It's
Do you want to like, yeah, you can paste it.
yeah.
Can you read it out as well?
Yeah,
That would be a fun thing, yeah.
yeah, sure. So I pasted the context as well. So there was a boy once named Milo who didn't know what to do with himself, not just sometimes, but always. When he was in school, he longed to be out. When he was out, he longed to be in. On the way, he thought about coming home, and coming home, he thought about going. Wherever he was, he wished he were somewhere else. And when he got there he wondered why he would be bothered. Nothing really interested him, least of all the things that should have. So yeah, that thing alone is like, luckily I have the things to be done, but here since the kid, he doesn't have any like responsibilities or things tried out, but he has one thing to do. When he's doing one thing, he wants to do the other. When he's doing that other, he wants to come back. So that shuffle, I think it's like very related to us as well. Once I'm doing like work related thing, I want to do some personal as well, because it strike me out of no blue. Then I'm like, okay, maybe let me get that done with that and come back to this. From there I jump from there to somewhere else. So that jumping and like constant thinking, shifting of things, it's like very related. I got hooked with this paragraph alone, the second one. So yeah, it's a great book. I started. I'm just 6 to 7 pages in, but yeah, it's great.
Do you want to read the last para as well?
Yeah, sure.
Last one.
It seems to me that almost everything is a waste of time. Okay, I personally don't feel that, but yeah, he remarked one day as he walked dejectedly home from school. I can't see the point in learning to solve useless problems, or subtracting turnips from turnips, or knowing where utopia is, or how to spell February. And since no one bothered to explain otherwise, he regarded the process of seeking knowledge as the greatest waste of time of all. I'm pretty sure I felt that as a kid. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I felt that as a kid. Especially, so my brother is 6 years older to me. I used to like compete with him, even like when I'm learning tables and everything. The age when I should be like learning tables, I am, busy doing divisions and like getting into the algebra. So I'm like, what is the point of learning alphabets right now? I am way far ahead. So that context is there as well. But yeah, it's getting back to the childhood, and yet it's relatable to the present. So it's fascinating.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. I want to like discover more children's books now. This is like, yeah, this is like the highest ROI thing for me right now. Cool. Wahab, what's up? How's your reading going?
Yeah, so I'll admit I haven't been consistent lately, but then yeah, I could make progress. So earlier, what used to happen that I would be halfway a book in, and then I would just leave it there and pick up a new book. So that used to happen consistently. But then I have been sticking to one book. I've been reading bit by bit, but yeah, that's one improvement that I have right now. And yeah, so I'm almost 3/4 way in to the book. There's like a quarter left.
So hope to finish it by the end of this month. Yeah.
Which book is this?
That night. It's a fictional book. So by
Alright.
an Indian author.
Okay. Any build up? Okay, first I'd like to ask, where did you find this book?
Amazon. So the Great India Festival was on, so I just ordered quite a few books. So it was in the bestseller section.
Okay. Like if you have to like make a pitch for it, like who should read it? Like what is it?
It's the genre is horror actually, mystery horror.
Okay.
So it's murder related thing. So I cannot give away the like it would be a spoiler if I give away the content. But yeah, on the cover page itself they have mentioned like it's about 4 girls in a hostel, and they were playing a Ouija board prank on a girl, and the girl ended up committing suicide the next day. So the story revolves around like this one, like what sort of events happened, and yeah.
Okay. Okay. I see you have posted a excerpt from Psychology of Money as well. Is that also going in parallel? How's that?
Yeah, so I did like I picked it up like whenever I posted, I didn't have access to this current book, so I thought I would just for a day I would pick up another book. So Psychology of Money was there. So yeah, I read a couple of chapters from that one and posted the excerpt. But other than that, I have been reading that much.
Got it. Got it. Cool. Yeah, so I'll talk about me as well. So, yeah, I think very similar to everyone here. I'm at least picking something just because, like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this looks like a small goal, and it's since there's no limit of there's no lower limit of hey, I have to read 10 pages or 20 pages or 50 pages. I think it's just easier. Like, I'll at least pick up, I'll read at least like one page or something, and then if the book is interesting enough, then I'll keep reading. If not, then I'll not read much. But yeah, I think overall I have picked books consistently for the last couple of weeks. Before that, it was more of a sprint thing wherein maybe I'm reading alternate days or like 2 to 3 days a week. Now I'm going more of a daily thing. One thing that I'm just reflecting right now is key. Right now, the trigger was that okay, I have to do this today. So mostly, I've been picking up at night before sleeping, and what's happening is, so if it's fiction, that's fine. But if it's non-fiction, then pretty much I'm not in an energy mode at that point. So yeah, after 2 3 pages, and if the content is dense, I'm like, yeah, okay, enough insights for today, let's do tomorrow, and then tomorrow cycle repeats. So one thing I'm going to change from tomorrow onwards is I'm going to like do this first thing in the morning for a week, and then see how it goes. Like I'm reading consistently, but like I want to increase the quantity of like time spent on reading. So that is there. One excerpt I'll just copy paste here. I'm reading this book, Never Split the Difference, and yeah, I'll just sort of, so basically it talks about a bunch of techniques. The best thing about this book is there's not a lot of theory. um, how every chapter starts is it gives a real life hostage situation, and you're negotiating, the feds are negotiating with the what do you call that, what's the person who takes hostages, what do you call that? I don't know. I'm lost. Let's just call them a terrorist, maybe. Okay. Uh, should be a better word for it. Perpetrator. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So
Abductor.
abductor. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So basically, you're the one negotiating, and it just starts with that. Even though it seems like you can't really do anything, but just by the conversation they show you that they managed to turn things around. And then at the end, in just 3-4 pages, they'll summarize everything in the content form. So I really like that the example goes on for like 10-15 pages or more, and content it's like very less, 2 pages, 3 pages. So like it's like the 80-20 ratio, or maybe even 90-10 with respect to content and storytelling. So I like the fact that it's somewhere between fiction and non-fiction. Not fiction even, like storytelling here. It's like real world examples. I'll just copy a um, example, and this was a negotiation example between a manager and an employee. So the manager he just pops his head into the office and says, "Let's make 2 copies of all the paperwork." And the employee says, um, so there are like a couple of techniques, like which is like you use a DJ voice, which is like a soothing voice, and you mirror in an inquisitive tone and just let the other person explain more. So the employee just says, "I'm sorry, 2 copies." So the intention behind most mirrors should be help me understand. Every time you mirror someone, they will reword what they have said, and the eureka moment for me was they will never say it exactly the same way they said it the first time. So if you ask something else like, "Hey, what do you mean by that?" then you might trigger their defense response. They might get irritated, whatever. But if you just repeat the same words, a mirror, it helps you get the clarity you want while signaling respect and concern for what the other person is saying. So the employee says, "I'm sorry, 2 copies," which is like exactly what the question, the statement was. Statement was, "Let's make 2 copies of all the paperwork." She says, "I'm sorry, 2 copies." The boss responds, "Yes, one for us and one for the customer." So now again, mirror response, "I'm sorry. So you're saying that the client is asking for a copy and we need a copy for internal use?" And now the boss says, "Okay, actually, I'll check with the client. They haven't asked for anything." And just like that, like I can see this conversation happening in real life. And at the same time, the way this is handled is pretty cool, which is like you're just asking for more clarification in a nice way. And yeah, this works. So like full of like this is a very short excerpt, but uh, most chapters start with a bigger, higher stake scenario, which is like a real world hostage situation, because the book is written by a FBI what do you call ex FBI agent. Yeah. So I like that, there's some authority coming from the author, not ki, "Hey, I've seen it from others." It's not that they have done it themselves. So yeah.
So this mirroring is actually a technique which I've read about before. So I was reading this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I guess that was the title of the book. And so the story was like, okay, the author was basically traveling in a car, and she had a friend along with her. But the author was very tired to, make a conversation. So what was happening is her friend was chatting with her, and what author did was basically just use this mirror thing. For example, like how we had this, right? She make 2 copies. So she said 2 copies, 2 copies. She mirrored what he was saying, and the conversation went ahead in that manner only, just by mirroring what someone said. And like at the end of the car ride, the other person was like, "Hey, it was very nice having a conversation with you," because that other person only had so many things to say, and she was just mirroring what the guy was saying. So yeah, this is like one of the techniques to make a conversation.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Well, that will move to the second agenda of this session, which is like a surprise reveal. I'll let Wahab take it from here. Go for it.
So yes, there's something for you guys. So right now we are just testing it out, and we would like to have your thoughts on this one. So basically, this is a reader profile that we are trying to build for everyone in the cohort. So yeah, right now it's only for mobile. It won't look as good on desktop. I'll just share the link with you as well. So if you want to see it, you can do that as well. But yeah, please open this on your mobile. So the intention behind this was actually giving out the ID, like building out a modern reader profile. So the data that you want to convey in your profile, in your reader's profile. Goodreads doesn't do this. So the profile that Goodreads give is actually not conveying all the information. I'll just quickly walk you through the data points that we are talking about here. So on the cover, you can see 3 books. These are your favorite books. So trying to indicate that with the heart over here. So like these are your favorite books, which would be the first starting point of conversation if someone were to visit your profile right now, right? Then you have your picture, you have your name. Now you can see 2 numbers over here. One of them is for streak. So the streak is actually the days you have read continuously. And the other one is uh, the total number of excerpts. So the thing that you log on Discord. So maybe you can log multiple excerpts on a single day. So this would all mirror down over here. Then you have the currently reading book, which again is a starting point for conversation that you are reading this book currently. And then comes the fun part. These are your excerpts. So right now I just open one of them and you can see them like this. So you can like read the excerpt, there's the book. You can just scroll through all the excerpts like this. Yeah. So these are like the conversation point that we feel you would want to showcase. But then I would love to have your thoughts if you this is for you. Is there some data that we are missing, or is there some data that you feel is redundant over here? I would like to know about your thoughts on this one.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I have never been into any app that actually, has helps us to read stuff and like log our stuff and everything related to reading. But this is the first time, so I don't actually know like what goes on there. But this seems like seriously, great points to be there. One is like the books we like. The second is like what we are reading on right now. Those two things I really love this.
Raj, your thoughts about that?
Yeah, looks good, but how are we basically adding these posts? Like, how are they actually getting generated?
So right now we are storing the data on an Airtable. So whatever, like we have just built it out for Swapnil right now to just test out the layout and stuff. But then I'll share a form with you where you can fill in your profile details, and then we'll scrape your data from Discord. Like you've already posted the excerpt. We'll scrape that data from Discord and build out a profile for you as well.
Oh, okay. So on the basis of what I post on Discord, these posts are generated
Yeah.
and they'll get
Yep.
updated basically.
Yep. These posts will be your Discord excerpt.
Yeah, I mean, this looks really cool. Hmm.
Pranjal, do you have something to say?
Yeah, I mean the excerpt section is like what attracted, but is quite nice. I do like this part.
Awesome. Also, yeah, one more thing. These are like linked to the Goodreads. So, like, if you go to someone's profile and want to know more about the book, you can just click on the cover and it will take you to the Goodreads page. So you can learn more about the book over there. So this was like actually built in a couple of hours. So yeah, we haven't really focused much on the design. This is like a V1 thing, which will actually improve with design if people would like, if the idea works out and people are actually sharing this on their profile. So yeah, our first goal is actually if this is good enough to share on your social bios, that will be a win for us. Awesome. So I'll just share the form with everyone on Discord, and you can basically fill up your profile details and we scrape the data from your excerpts, and hopefully by the end of the cohort you'll have your own profile.
Yeah, that would like a graduation gift.
Yeah. Proof of work as well. Yeah.
This is perfect.
This is
Yeah.
This is the underlying thing that we agreed on. Ki, hey, anyone can say that, hey, I'm reading *Sapiens*. I'm reading what? Tell me what's a intellectual book? Let's say, uh, what's that? Time, A Brief History of Time. Um, anyone can like quote a bunch of high hitting books that, oh, I've read this, but if you can share an excerpt, that is when you can really say, hey, I've read this, and that also starts like a talking point. And those are the ideas of the excerpts, right? So for example, even the excerpts that we talked about in this call, um, we don't need a lot of things to talk about anything, right? Well, if we just need one starting point. Like just say we talked about Milo, right? We can have like a very long conversation about it. um Pranjal talked about the Little Prince has so many nice quotes that have like layers of meanings behind them. You can have like I think we sometime back we had a session on Little Prince as well, like exclusively, long, like a lot of months back. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Same with some, like we just a lot of conversation starters, basically. That is what I'm thinking, and it's sort of like we're building for ourselves as well. Like the metric that we started with was, hey, we want to share what we are reading and like find people who like similar things, so just you can have conversations around them. So that is there. What was the other? Yeah, like Raj talked about the productivity things, and pretty much everyone has a bunch of things on their plate. Uh, these are not very unique topics as such, but as soon as you have starting points, it's very easy. It becomes very easy to talk about specifics, and by being specific is proof of work. So yeah, it's like a mix of both things. Where it's for you, it is ki you're actually logging. It's proof of work. It means something that you have. Whenever you are putting an excerpt out, we are thinking we'll have a way for so you log an excerpt that is there, and then do you want to show it on your profile or not? Maybe we can have a check mark or something. Maybe you don't feel that some excerpt is like very good enough to, like, if you want to associate with it publicly or not, you can have that checkbox. But whatever you are choosing to show your profile, it's almost like it has your stamp of approval that, hey, you think this is good, right? And that in itself is a pretty cool signal. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about where this goes. This feels like we are moving into the SaaS space. Um, so yeah, that is what we wanted to share. We'll have the celebration call next Sunday. We'll hope to see more folks that time, and but that time hopefully fill out everything, so we'll have it ready as well. Um, I think maybe we should build out a desktop view as well by that time. Let's set some time for that. Um, yeah, that is about it. Any learnings, any reflections, anything that you would like want us to do in the last remaining week of it? Like, should we do something? Should we try out something with respect to, like, what? Think of the question as, what might help you read more in the last 7 days?
Okay, I'll go first. Uh, so this is one of the thing, like during our rocket session. So we had this reading session, right? Like of 2 hours, and where everyone on the call was reading together. So actually that was a very cool idea. कि सब बैठ के साथ में पढ़ रहे हैं. So having that in the upcoming week would be really nice if everyone wants to do that.
Got it.
Hmm.
Got it. Understood. maybe okay, let me see, let me plan that out. The one thing why we know it's a good idea, the one thing why we did not want to do this, because it's a very operationally heavy thing, and then someone has to like run the call. But yeah, let me see when can we do this. One possible thing I can see is Saturday, because weekdays mein to pretty much will be dead if we do it in the evening or night. In morning mein to we don't have time to do it at a stretch. So I think one possible thing is Saturday, 29th October. Let me see if we can plan something out. If people are free, maybe I'll do a poll or something to figure that out. Yeah, at the same time, like I don't want to like promote that, because that sort of associates reading with like an external thing, and in some sense, and this is something we have started reducing in rocket sessions as well, which is we we nudge reading, we do reading, but we started doing it async, because we just don't want people to read on 1 day 2 days, we want them to read every day. So usme we are doing the same. Hey, daily reading log, post till where you have read every day. And yeah, otherwise what happens that people start waiting for the next readathon. Yeah.
Maybe we can have an audio channel on Discord and let people, just whenever they are free, they can post a message that I am reading. If there's someone free, can join as well.
Yeah, does not work really, because well, I'll just talk about from a motivation perspective, right? The audio is a very restrictive, it's a very restrictive input method, so to say. Like coming on video like this call, it also adds to our social interactions,
Yeah,
right?
we can actually have a video call on Discord itself. Like the audio channel, there's an option for video as well. So just start telling. So if none of us would have to take, then none of us would have to take charge. Basically, if there's someone free, they'll just post
This
every
is a
video.
good idea. Let's try it out. Uh, I think festival. Maybe let's try it out on 25th. Sometime 9 p.m. 10 p.m. types. Let's try it out. Sounds good actually. Yeah, Discord. You're on the video. You're on mute. You're reading. It becomes like a ritual. Yeah, I like this. Sounds we have something. Yeah. All right. We'll try it out. What else? Okay. Pranjal, anything you feel can do more?
नहीं, I think it's like going good. अभी इतना ज़्यादा कोई input नहीं है मेरे पास basically.
Okay, cool then. Let me just find. Okay, I have the song ready. Cool, folks. Then I think we'll wrap this up 10 minutes early. So yeah, have a good festival, and fill out the form that Wahab shares so that we have your profiles ready. Since this is a work in progress, so feel free to directly share feedback to Wahab or me on the design or on anything else. Like this is pretty much like just work in progress. So open to changing anything or like everything really. That is
So
about.
one quick thing which came in my mind regarding the website was, say now let's say over the time we will be reading, let's say we have 2 to 3 books in the favorites now, and I want to read that quote from that book. So maybe we can, create a path where if I click on a particular book, on below on the page, it will show me all the quotes which are based on that book. And I am also open to collaborate for this.
Okay. So you're saying that on that book quotes from that particular user
हाँ,
or
yeah.
from everyone?
Everyone would be like वो कर सकते हैं, toggle कर सकते हैं, yours and everyone. But everyone should be little bit, किसी को पसंद आए ना आए, everyone has a different choice. हाँ, but that toggle could also be like your notes and everyone's notes.
Got it. Yeah,
But
makes sense.
Yeah, I thought about it too. It's basically like library of quotes from one book, which we like. Even I thought
Yeah.
about it, but I think there will be again operational stuff. How do we add it and like connecting it to the stuff? I
Yeah,
thought
I think that there's not much operational stuff in it because when you see the form and everything, so like everything is like pretty like there are different tables in the database and like everything is like linked nicely. Every excerpt is linked with a book name as well as a user. So in that sense, I think it can be done via via the platform. So that is it. You just need to decide how will that work. Then maybe will we need a login as well? I don't know. Like we'll figure it out. Okay. I think for now, let's just note this, that we can have a separate books route wherein we'll just show we'll just show all the codes by everyone. We can start as that as a V1 and then we can iterate next month. All right. Cool, folks. Then that's all for today. Thanks for joining in on a Sunday morning, and especially during a festive season. So, yeah, we'll see you next Sunday for the final celebration call. Let's finish strong. And yeah, hope to see you all in the next final call. All right.